Hello viewers, hope you are all well. Before I begin, I would request all my viewers to check the description box of this video. Thank you. Let's start with test number 3. Question number 1. The project manager is currently doing his best to assure that the project will be delivered satisfactorily on time and within budget expectations. Doing so will be tough considering the complexity of the project. There will be many relationships involved. Of the following, which task relationships will be the most important for the stakeholders to clearly dictate? A. Discretionary, B. Internal, C. Non-project related, D. Mandatory. The correct answer is D. Mandatory. It is evident that the discretionary relationships have flexibility for the stakeholders and team, but mandatory relationships are required and more stringent. The internal or non-project related relationships are less important. Question number 2. The stakeholders will be identified, categorized, and planned for engagement through a number of tools including all except A. The team members' expert judgment, B. Located on the work breakdown structure, C. Document analysis from past projects, D. Use of the power interest grid. The correct answer is located on the work breakdown structure. Stakeholder management will require significant involvement from the team through use of expert judgment, data gathering in surveys, and brainstorming, document analysis from past projects, and the power or interest or power or influence grid. The work breakdown structure is a breakdown of work and is not related to stakeholder management. Question number 3. The current situation the team is facing requires a lot of interaction with people from start to finish. Which of these may be considered a key stakeholder as opposed to non-key stakeholders in the project? A. The individual who asked the project manager to hire the team and perform the work. B. The other project manager in the organization who is performing a similar project. C. An external supplier who has been retained in case the current supplier is unable to perform. D. The community member who complained about the investment in a program they don't support. The correct answer is A. A key stakeholder is anybody who directly impacts the decision-making process and has significant influence over the project. In this case, the sponsor who hired the project manager would have significant power to make decisions. Question number 4. Which of the following are the correct levels of stakeholder engagement from the assessment matrix? Select any two answers. A. Unaware, B. Formal, C. Neutral, D. Informal. The correct answers are A and B, unaware and neutral. Formal and informal are not part of the 5 levels of the stakeholder engagement assessment matrix. Stakeholder engagement assessment matrix comprises of unaware, resistant, neutral, supportive, and leading. Question number 5. Of the following, which two will more likely be negotiated in a project, regardless of the life cycle? Select any two options. A. Performance expectations, B. Stakeholder interests, C. Warranty and future support, D. Regulatory obligations. The correct answers are A and C. Performance expectations and warranty can be negotiated, but the stakeholder interests are established. You may negotiate which of the interests will be satisfied and which will not, but that doesn't change the interests. The regulatory obligations are just that, obligations. You cannot negotiate them because they are law, but you could avoid them by moving to another territory. Question number 6. All of the following methods would help with the collaboration of stakeholders except A. Regularly communicating with all participants, internal and external. B. Providing a time and place for a daily stand-up meeting. C. Keeping all of the communication to a planned format to avoid missing someone. D. Co-locating teams whenever possible, including stakeholders at times. Correct answer is C. The only incorrect response that a project manager would give is to limit communication only to planned times. Question number 7. As a new project manager, you will be leading a team from the beginning for the first time. To make sure that things go well, you wish to assure that as many stakeholder requirements are met as possible. Of the following, which stakeholder category gets the highest attention from most teams? A. Seller requirements. B. Business partner requirements. C. User requirements. D. Functional manager requirements. The correct answer is C. Although all of the categories named will be important to satisfy, the user requirements are the most important because the project would not exist without this category. Question number 8. Which of the following would be most appropriate for determining all stakeholder requirements? A. Brainstorming session with the project team. B. Document analysis. C. Focus groups. D. Questionnaire to the sponsor and executives. The correct answer is C. If you are to capture all stakeholder requirements, then using focus groups will be more advantageous than brainstorming with the project team. If you are to capture all stakeholder requirements, then using focus groups will be more advantageous than brainstorming with the project team, reviewing documents, or questioning upper level staff executives. Question number 9. When you are working with your project stakeholders, there will clearly be situations in which varying styles of involvement will be necessary. All of the following are considered steps in assuring stakeholder involvement at various levels except A. Enabling development of engagement strategies based on performance. B. Maintaining the relationship with each stakeholder to an assigned resource on the team. C. Involving each stakeholder at the appropriate level based on interests and impact on the project. D. Avoiding overwhelming stakeholders with too much communication and limiting outreach to a minimum. The correct answer is D. All of the responses given would be appropriate based on the standards in the industry, except for avoiding overwhelming stakeholders and trying to limit outreach to a minimum. Of course, too much communication can be an issue, but that would not improve engagement. Question number 10. True or false? A critical path activity is usually defined activity with the highest amount of risk to the overall project budget. This is a false statement. The critical path activities are any activity that, if they are delayed, will delay the entire project. Question number 11. The team that you participate in has experienced a lot of progress and you just heard that you are coming up on a major milestone. Which of the following statements is not true about milestones? A. Milestones are significant points in the project, program, or portfolio. B. Milestones do not actually take up time or resources. C. Milestones may be one of the most expensive parts of the project. D. Milestones are characteristically marked on a project plan with a diamond. The correct answer is C. A milestone is an important point in the project, many times a checkpoint to confirm work or completed and may have a date associated with it. Milestones do not take up time themselves and are shown on schedules as diamonds. However, because there is no time or effort associated with the checkpoint, it is not the most expensive part at all. Milestones are frequently confused with deliverables. Question number 12. Falsification of information at any point during the PMI certification program can result in A. Revocation of your PMI membership. B. Revocation of your PMP certification. C. Notification of your employer. D. Both A and B. Here option D is the best response. Falsification of any information directly or indirectly related to all aspects of the PMI certification program can result in both revocation of your PMI membership and your PMP certification. Although answers A and B are both correct, they are not the best responses. Answer C is not correct. PMI will not notify your employer if you falsify information at any point during the PMI certification program. Question number 13. You are responsible for developing a cost estimate to bid on a government contract. The scope was set by the government. Your supervisor says the cost estimate is too high and should be reduced by 1/3 to ensure that your company wins the contract. Your analysis shows that any reduction to the proposed cost estimate make the project unable to meet the specified scope. What do you do? A. Reduce the cost estimate and submit the proposal. B. Submit your initial cost estimate without reducing the cost. C. Explain to your supervisor in writing that your analysis shows that a reduction in the cost estimate makes the project unable to meet the specified scope. D. Both A and C. Here, option C is correct. You have a responsibility to provide accurate and truthful representation in the preparation of estimates concerning costs, services, and expected results. This responsibility makes answer A and D inappropriate. You have accountability to your management, and answer B is not appropriate because you are usurping your manager's authority and undermining your own professional conduct by doing so. Question number 14. You are a project manager newly assigned to a project to implement new manufacturing management software. The project sponsor tells you he has chosen you because he is impressed with your record of completing projects. He tells you that work must start immediately and there is not enough time to go through all of the formal documentation process. He asks for a quick list of tasks to start now. What do you do? A. Put together a quick list of the most important tasks as per the sponsor's request. B. Start working on the project tasks and develop a general plan as soon as you can. C. Refuse to start on the project until you develop a project charter and get it approved. D. Explain to the sponsor the need for a project charter and project plan. Option D is the correct answer. Answer A and B ignore the PMBOK requirement that a project manager insist on proper project management techniques. It is crucial that a PMP candidate understand the need for properly obtaining authorization for a project initiation and then planning a project before starting actual work. Option C is too extreme for the initial response. The sponsor might have made the request to immediately begin work out of a lack of understanding of project management. Always start by getting as much information as you can and educating others on the benefits of good project management. Question number 15. What is the main purpose for initiating a project? A. Produce the project charter. B. Formally describe the project. C. Formally authorize the project. D. Assign the project manager to the project. Option C is correct. Option A mentions one of the outputs of a process in initiating, but the project charter is not the main purpose of the project initiation. Option B is incorrect as well because describing the project is not the primary purpose of initiation. Option D is incorrect because assigning a project manager is a task carried out during initiating, but it is not the primary purpose. Viewers, if you find value in this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and pressing the bell icon. Thank you.